What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be diving into a Setessan Enchanted Landfall deck. That's right, we're slamming together two of my favorite deck archetypes, or whatever you want to call them. Setessan Champion, the Constellation Enchantment Champion of Champions, I guess. I don't know. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Setessan Champion and draw a card, which is actually huge because then you get to replace everything that you're playing down, and you get to make your Setessan Champion bigger and potentially other creatures bigger, right? So, a lot of the times whenever you're playing Setessan, it's in Selesnya or it's in, Naya, it's sort of spread around there. And generally you're playing all that glitters and you're sort of building your creatures up. This time I wanted to take a little bit of a different approach, rather, and aim at playing some enchantments that we don't see too often. We are still having some nice, common familiar faces, ECD, Felidar Retreat. But we're also playing some new ones, Dryad, right? The first Iroan games. Banishing Light is, of course, an old one, but we have some new spices in here and ones that, of course, need mentioning. So the first Iroan games, 3 mana, create a 1/1 human soldier creature token for the first phase. Second phase, put 3 +1/+1 counters on target creature you control. Generally, I put these on something non-Setessan Champion related, right? Onto your Dryad or onto your Nessian Wanderer. It's still it's still 3 additional counters, which is 4 damage here, 5 damage here, which is really, really nice, even onto your Kazandu, and then now you got a really, really big Mammoth, am I right? On the next phase, it allows you to draw 2 cards as long as you control a creature with power 4 or greater, and obviously the 3 counters sort of helps with that, not to mention if you have a Setessan down, that helps as well. And then finally, you get to create a gold token, so you get an additional sort of mana ramp for one single spell or whatever you want to use it as, right? Anyways, this card is fantastic. It is a rare, and it came out back in Theros, and it's a little slept on nowadays. But for 3 mana, you get 4 awesome abilities. 1 mediocre, the create 1/1 human. It's not all that in a bag of potato chips, but it is still nice. Another card that outperformed what I thought it would is Nessian Wanderer. 2 mana for this 1/3. It holds its own against the aggro decks because it has that 3 health, Bone Crusher can't take it out. Robber of the Rich can't get through it. The initial rogues can't punch through it either, right? Because they don't have the death touch and all that. So it's a really nice defender off the bat. Furthermore, whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a land from among them and put that card into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Now, obviously, this is nice at, well, refilling your hand with land so you can continue to hit your landfall. So your Lotus Cobras, your Mammoths, and your Felidar Retreats can continuously proc over and over again, right? And thanks to your Dryad, you can play additional lands on each of your turns, so you're really sort of ramping up. Not to mention you have the Lotus Cobra, so you're sort of double ramping, you're quad ramping. Anyways, it makes it really easy to get things like Archon down, but not just get Archon down, but not just get Archon down. It makes it really easy to get Archon down plus an enchantment in the same turn, right? If you're double playing lands and you have a Cobra down, you're not only adding that mana of the lands, you're adding the mana of the Cobra. So, you get big, you get quick. Anyways, Nessian Wanderer, like I said, far outperformed. We have the Cobra for the landfall, the Kazandu Mammoth, which gets really, really big. I almost want to put a Great Hinge in the deck because Mammoth gets so big, and because Felidar and your just general Setessan Champion, you oftentimes have a lot of really big creatures. It's something that I didn't really expect. I expected it to be a more slow roll, sort of mid-game, just edge them out with control, right? Thanks to Elspeth, Calix, Banishing, that kind of stuff. And then we'd sort of go wide with Felidar or go big and wide with Archon and Felidar, right? So you have a lot of different ways you can attack. You can attack from the air with Archon, like I mentioned, and obviously you have plenty of enchantments in your creatures or in your control or in your sagas, I guess, right? So plenty of ways to proc everything. Obviously, Felidar can carry the game on its own. Archon can, Setessan can, and Mammoth, if it's, if the opponent's open, it most certainly can as well. Like I said, I think things such as Great Hinge could be good for the deck. Of course, there's the 2 mana enchantment in green that gives your creatures trample, +1/+0, and allows you to draw a card. That is a great enchantment. I just wanted to sort of step outside the normal bounds with Setessan and sort of add in some new flavors. So I think this deck is fantastic, and once we reach Mythic, I would be willing to take into the arena and see how it does in ranked. Anyways, we are going to finally dive right into our matches. Thanks everybody for watching so far. I hope you've been enjoying the content. If you have, please be sure to hit that like down below. Be sure to leave a comment if you have any questions, comments, concerns, as per the usual, right? That's how things work here. Subscribe if you're new here, you want more content, or you just want to support the channel through a free means. We are nearing 10,000 subscribers, which is, you know, really awesome. That's what, 5 digits. That's a big number for, you know, what this is. 10,000 grains of sand, I guess, isn't so much, but it's all about relativity, right? Anyways, I'm happy to have been doing it for as long as I have, and I'm happy to have had the support I have. So thanks to all of you personally from me. Yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. I appreciate it. Anyways, we have daily videos that come out at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to join us for the live premieres, I try to hop in and say hey every morning and, you know, sort of ask people how they've been doing and have a real life conversation. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we generally have budget videos that go live. Of course, sometimes I miss those because I'm a busy man in a busy life, as life goes. So those are going to be live 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Saturday nights, 10 p.m. we have our membership only videos, whatever you want to call them. You can hit join down below any of our YouTube videos, and it should give you a list of perks you can acquire. Member videos are a stipulation of those perks, so to speak. So once a week we do a sort of non-magic game, and we have fun with that. Anyways, thanks everybody once again. Let's dive into this Enchanted Landfall, shall we? Pedro Eureka. Sorry, not Eureka. Pedro Eureka. Seems fun, right? Got a 2, 3, 4 play. Nessian will help us hit more lands for the Felidar, of course, right? Ooh, and a champion. Setessan Champion. They're also playing the Bob Ross lands. Cool beans. Everybody's on the Bob Ross. I like it. All right, let's go for the Cobra, because it is better than the Wanderer. We can go Cobra, play down Fabled on our next turn, get down Champion. Probably hold off on tapping that Fabled, right? So it would mean on the next turn we could go Felidar, which is good, even if we don't hit a land. So, opponent's single blue and a lot of colorless. Could also go for the Banishing Light, but I think I want to get the Setessan down before I'm doing any of that nonsense, so. Another first Iroan games. That should be a good card draw for us if we can maintain, you know, those creatures that it creates. Opponent's playing a very colorless deck. Alright, so let's see. They should swing in with the Stone Cool here, right? Because it's just free, easy damage for him. Solemn's going to grab another land out. It's a plane, so it is actually Azorius. And the truth comes out. Alright, so let's go ahead and use Fabled here. We won't be able to get to the Felidar because we didn't draw any lands. We can get the Iroan games down. Or the Banishing. If we hit the Banishing on the Stone Cool, we can probably start swinging in. But this gives us the ability to draw, so I like that. I mean, we draw with both, right, because it's Setessan, but this gives us the ability to draw within itself, so that's good. Another Lotus Cobra. Well, maybe we can find a land on the next turn, play Lotus Cobra down, play land. That would give us Felidar mana. And, of course, set us up pretty well for the landfall. Chrome Replicator. Thankfully, they didn't have two things of the same name down. Otherwise, they would have gotten 2 Chrome Replicators, right? That is this card. Enters the battlefield if you control 2 or more non-land, non-token permanents with the same name as one another. Create a 4/4. Yeah, so basically the same. Not a land, not a land, not a land. Alrighty. Well, let's put 3 counters on the token. And, yeah, I'm at a bit of a loss. I'm at a bit of a loss. We could go for the Dryad. I almost might want to go for another first Iroan games, right? Think of the card draw. Let's go for the Dryad. This way we can set ourselves up for playing additional lands in following turns. Hey! It's pretty good there. That was a pretty good little turn of events, if I do say so myself. So no attacks. This way when the first Iroan games comes back around, we can draw the 2 cards, right? That'll be very good for us. We also have a nice little board set up here, if I do say so myself. A 3/5 and a 4/4. Chromatic Orrery. Ooh, that's scary. That's some good stuff for him. Alright, so we do have another land here, but we want to go for the Cobra first, right? Cobraskian. Land. Gain that mana. Just a good little slew of both. So if I go for this, we'll still have 2 mana left over. Can't play another enchantment, but we can get down a Nessian Wanderer, so I guess that's good. Draw a card. What do we hit? Fabled? Ooh, Fabled is really good for us. Do we have any other landfall? Kazandu, but... Alright. Let's probably put a +1/+1 in Vigilance, right? Green, white. Can we draw any cards this turn? I don't believe so, past using things like Banishing. So let's go ahead and use Banishing. We're going to take their Chromatic Orrery, because that's way too much, right? Add 5 mana, no thank you. I'll take that one. We'll get to draw here. We got a nice setup. We got a lot of attackers that are going to be swinging in this turn. A lot more mana to spend thanks to those Cobras, right? Calix. Alright, let's go ahead and tap this. Gain some more mana. Green mana, sure. Counters. White, green. Keep it nice and even. So we could go for our first Iroan and Kazandu. Equally so, we could go for a Nessian, nothing. Or a Calix plus Nessian. I like the idea of the Kazandu plus the first Iroan. This is really good. So I think here we're safe to swing all in. Alright, even if they, you know, block some stuff out from us, we're dealing so much. Yeah, so we're still dealing 8 damage, taking out their whole board. And we only lost 1 creature from it all, so. They do get to draw here. All we're really hoping to not see is a Ugin. Of course, they are at 7 mana, so all they really need is a land and a Ugin. They have 4 cards in hand. Midnight Clock. Hallelujah, it's not a Ugin. We still have lethal, so all we want to not see now basically is board wipe, right? And I think we're good. I think we're good on that note. Put them here so we can make sure we get through. But I'm fairly sure we have all we need. So we're not going to diddle, daddle, you know, play whatever else. We're just going to swing in. Get the victory. Cool beans, Enchanted Lands. That was a bit of a doozy there. So GG to Pedro. And we'll move on. Bobby Do. I feel like we faced him before because I feel like I made the joke, what do Bobby do? Right? Anyways, we'll, hello. Hi. We'll lead out with a Fabled actually because I want to hit that turn 3 mana for sure. Another Dryad. Well, at least we can play that after the Archon to proc the Archon, right? We do have the Bob Ross lands in play now, so don't worry everybody, we're good. Good to go. So I'll play down Cobra, play down Passage, use Passage, we still don't have enough. Alright, well then let's go just for the Dryad here. Beanstalk Giant, they're going to ramp a little bit, so it is Teamer ramp. Had a feeling once I saw the Triome, but yeah, you don't want to call that stuff too early. Back to my turn, we got a Banishing Light. I say we go ahead and get the Archon down. We don't need to use the Fabled Passage, of course, until we get down Lotus Cobra, so that could be a next turn kind of thing, right? We can play Lotus Cobra, use Fabled, grab land, then get down Dryad, or get down Banishing Light, whichever we may need, right? Either way, both will proc the Archon, so as long as Archon lives, we are going to create a little Pegasus token on the next turn. We could also go for the Calix, but don't necessarily need to right now. Land of War Visionary from the foe, and a Lotus Cobra. I think we will probably go Lotus Cobra. No. I'd like to sacrifice it here and grab some, sure, green mana. Alright, let's use the Banishing Light on, I think, their Lotus Cobra. And then we can get in with our 3/4 and our 2/4. Take them down to 13. Alrighty, things are going alright for us. Feeling okay. Of course, if we can hit a land on our next turn, we can play down the other Dryad and another Banishing, giving us 2 more Pegasus, which would be really good for us. If not, we could just go for the Calix. Dive into our deck a little bit. Is Calix just fine enchantments, or is it... May reveal an enchantment from among them. Top 4, yeah. Okay, so they're going to take out our Pegasus and our Cobra there. We did hit a land, so we can go for the other Dryad. Plus, oh no, we can't, right? Because they took out Cobra. Yikes. Still go for Banishing, we just get that back. If I go for Calix, I kind of like the idea of going for Calix here. Nothing. That's alright. We were going to draw another Calix next turn, so it at least stopped us from doing that, right? Genesis Ultimatum. Ooh. You don't like to see that. Yugen. Well, it was fun. Sorta. It was sort of fun. So Yugen's going to -4. Yeah, let's, you know, you got it. You got it. Bobby do. We see what Bobby do, and I don't like it. What are there, 3 people playing and play ladder right now? Long time no see, Bobby. Long time no see. So we can rest assured that they, whatever, are still playing the Teamer, right? Teamer Reclamation. Yugen and all that sort of stuff. Bone Crusher, Bobby! Come on! We used to be like brothers, you and I. Fighting in the field. That's right, nice. My snakes are like hydras. You cut off 1 head and 2 more shall reappear. Although it's only 1 more, so it's not exactly. You motherfucker, Bobby. We're all having a good time till Bobby shows up. Then Bobby do what Bobby do. And never again do we have fun. Alright, Temple of Plenty. Sure, I'll take some scryage. I'll take some scryage. No lands, please, thank you. Get them, Nessian. Mess them up. So we're up to 5, 6 lands, 7 on the next turn. That's, you know, that's solid mana. If we can hit a Setessan and then go on a little draw spree, you know, we could kick ourselves right back into this game rather quickly. Land of War from the foe. You think I'm scared? Think I'm scared of you, little visionary? Huh? You got another thing? Ooh, Felidar. Well, now you'll see my true power, Bobby. Oh no! What the hell, Nessian? You done fucked up. We had two more Felidars coming, buddy. What are you doing? What are you doing to me? I think we're adding. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, that we're adding. And by this time, I mean counters, of course. All right. All right, we're doing it. We're using the Banishing. I wanted to try to save it for a champion, but it's all right. We can't play this, I don't think. Yeah. We'll get in for the 5, take them down to 14. We have 3, 6, 9, 11 points of damage on the field. We only need 3 more. That land will actually give that land will actually give us lethal. So, all right, Bobby. Bone Crusher for the Defenderino. Defenderina. Counters. Counters. I'll keep that on top because I like where the game's mind's at. How much damage are we doing here? 15. 14 actually, but it's enough as long as they don't have a brazen. No borrower, no borrower. Oh, we did it. We got through. GG, Bobby. You got us the first time. We got you the second. Sullivan, 1979. I can't hear anything around the name Sullivan without thinking of Monsters Inc. So, you know, that's where I'm at currently. Anyways, we're going to go for the Temple of Plenty, obviously off the bat here. Do I want that? I mean, in a manner, it's good at making sure we hit the lands, but we don't have any enchantments currently, so I think I'm just going to bottom it, look for some enchantments for the Archon, you know what I mean? Archons, sorry, there's multiple. Multi-Archons. Hey, Dryad's pretty good. On our next turn, we could get down Archon and then follow it with the Dryad, right? Whisper Squad. Opponent's playing some cool little Orzhov, probably Aristocrats, bad I guess about it. We could also go for Felidar. Yeah, I want the Archon too. Whisper Squad, gaining another Whisper Squad for him. No swing ins, cool beans. Ooh, a Setessan. That one's difficult. Man, we got so many cards that benefit off of this Felidar entering. And yet we don't want to enter the Felidar yet. So we got to get Setessan down, right? Yeah, we want to swing in. It's just back and forth. We don't really know. Archon's doing a little dance. Skyclave. No! There goes the Archon. That's all right. We got another one up our sleeve. Really? Yeah, I didn't think so. Seemed a little fishy. I just wanted to make sure that you knew what you were doing upon doing it. All right, well, we're going for the Archon again. You can't tell me no. You could, but it wouldn't work. You could, but it would not work. If we could have hit a Fabled at any point throughout this madness, that would have been great. All right, so this puts us to 3, 6, 7, which actually is enough for the Felidar plus the... Damn it, why did I do that? Everyone's like, no way, Jan, stop! Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, we get a shot at redemption, though. Dryad's going to come down, hopefully. Omen of the Sun? All right, we don't really... Whatever. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're doing it. We're doing it. Do I want to play +1/+1 counter? Yes. Yes, indeed. And add green just in case. Next combat. You swing in. Y'all stay back. Bam. They're down to 15. We're doing pretty good. I messed up there. I could have had an extra +1/+1 counter on all my creatures. Oh. Or on all of these creatures, right? So we could have dealt 1 extra damage. It's alright. It's alright. Opponent's just passing it back to us. They don't have anything. They don't have anything. We really don't have anything either. We're just drawing lands. But our lands do so much for us. Am I right? The land actually on the battlefield doesn't do anything for us, of course. If we had a castle or something along those lines, would really benefit us. But this should be lethal in the skies, at least, right? That's 16 damage coming at you. Omen of the Sun. They're gonna be alive with one. With one, I tell you. We're up to 42. We got a pretty good grasp on the game. The bad thing would be probably a board wipe, but even still, we would draw a card and we still have the Felidar, so we could come back, I feel like. Not to mention, we'd also get a 4/4 from the Skyclave dying, right? So let's block this efficiently. And by efficiently, I just mean let's block everything. Alright, we're up to 56. 54. Got the 4/4 back. There's a Shatter. Not too shabby. You gotta appreciate the sentiment there. Land off the Nessian. Create the 2/2. We're right back at lethal, ladies and gents. They gotta have an answer. Also, we've drawn out so many lands. We can't have too many lands left, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 lands in the top 18 cards. Whew, that's a lot. We've actually got flooded this game, but it doesn't matter because the lands really benefited us with the Felidar, right? All right, let's take a little look-see. Yo. Yo, game, not like this. Alright, I guess it's happening like this. They're up to 6. We still have 52 life. We still have the Calix, you know. Could we? Wait a minute. Move, Lotus. Target creature or enchantment. Ooh. Alright, well, obviously we're going to have to exile that 5/5 that comes out. But after that, we can get the Lotus, right? Wait a minute. Do we have lethal here? Do we have lethal here, ladies and gents? No, we don't. But we have a lot of damage, so that's cool. So they have to block here, otherwise we do have lethal. But, you know, we still got rid of the Lotus. We got rid of the 5/5. They're back to 8. We're still at 51, so we're still sitting pretty. I feel pretty. We're not going to go into that. Right? Anybody that's seen the show Friends, you'll know what that's from. I'm sure it's actually from before that, but that's where the reference that I get it comes from. Another Shadow to the Sky. My goodness, Sullivan, you have got to be the luckiest. The luckiest lad in all the land. All right, let's play it in this order so we can proc the Dryad, of course. Look for those lands. We hit it. We can't not hit the lands, of course. Let's... God, fuck. Keep digging. Banishing Light. Hey. Hey. I don't mind the Banishing Light. Let's take the Bastion. Sullivan, they've seen enough. We got them. They held on, though. They did. They held their own there. But in the end, Enchanted Landfall wins. Deku. Or Deku? I'm not sure. Either way, we could go first, and we got the Cobra. It's beautiful. It's everything we want to see. Not everything, but you know. A lot of the things we want to see. Opponent leading out with the Love Struck. Are you love struck? So we go for double Nessian Wanderer on the next turn if we want to. Which, you know, not bad. That means when we go to play the Banishing Light, we'll get double procs. Could find 2 more lands, which is what we need for the Elspeth, right? Scorch and Dragonfire, never mind. When don't people have turn 2 removal nowadays? Oh, yawn. Fuckers. Bone Crushers, Scorchings, Fire Prophecy. A man can't just live with his turn 2 creature anymore, you know? It's like, fuck. No matter what I do, no matter where I turn, y'all are removing shit. Chill. Chill. Edge wall coming down. Followed by a robber. Well, at least the robber won't get through. It will proc, though. Oh, Kazandu Mammoth. Well, fuck you too, buddy. That's fine. I didn't want the Kazandu. No way. No how. No shape, form, or fashion. We're going to go for the Archon. Hopefully it can stick around for a little bit. If so, maybe we can hit another land on the next turn, and then that'll give us the mana for Elspeth, which can, of course, proc Archon, proc Nessian, maybe get us an additional land. Or we could go Nessian Banishing, not worry about the ECD. I think we would go Nessian Banishing, right? In case something happens to the Archon, we'd like to use ECD to get it back. They should go for the Love Struck Beast here or something along those lines. Cute. It's still a beast. It's still a beast. We're going to let it hit. No biggie. We're going down to 15, but we're not even scared in the slightest. We didn't hit a land. We did not hit a land, I repeat. No lands have been hit. That's fine. Maybe off the Nessian Wanderer we can hit one, right? So we'll take the QB here. Take the quarterback, sack him. Hit the land. Oh, baby. We did it. We are the champions of the world. I think it's actually better to go for the Nessian Wanderer here. I know, what a strange world we live in, but that's how it be. Sometimes it don't seem, but it do. Are they really going to block with the robber? That seems a bit preemptive, you know? Like, you still have 20 life. You can still very easily proc that robber. It's time to play everybody's favorite game show, proc that robber. You can pretty much make a game show out of any, like, 3-word phrase, right? As long as you say it correctly. Edge wall innkeeper. No, damn you, Chance. You motherfucker. You motherfucker. For those of you who didn't see it, I could have played the Lotus Cobra into the Elspeth Conquer's Death. But this is fun. This is alright. Yeah, double land dosage. Double land dosage. Bam, bam. We're doing pretty good. And again, this is up against the Gruul Adventures deck, which, let's be real, Gruul Adventures is still one of the top decks on the ladder. So, nice. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say nice. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 lands out of the top 17. We draw insane amounts of lands. Now, it could be because of the Nessian, right? We're sort of picking and choosing those lands. But I guess the bright side means that later we won't, right? We won't have as good of a chance hitting those lands because we've already drawn them all out. Alright, so we can go for the Lotus plus the Calix here, and we shall. And most certainly, we shall. Let's do I want to exile? We could exile their edge wall. That's why I'm like, you know, it's not a bad move. And I think the answer is yes. Just think about the value that edge wall brings to them, you know? So we are going to go for the temple. We're not going to gain anything from the land here, from the mana, right? Do I want to draw into a Dryad? It allows us to proc the Nessian, but that's about it. I don't think so. I think we're bottoming. Y'all know what I'm saying. All right, all in. That's what, 4-6 damage. That's not bad. Put them down to 19 on the life total. We're still sitting at a comfy 23. Now, they may take that 1-1 and swing it at the Calix, or, you know, play a play a questing beast. That's a nice little top deck. All right, well, Calix, you came, you saw, you got conquered. It's okay. You got rid of the what's it called? So we're going to bring back the Archon, obviously. Archon, get rid of QB. No biggie, no biggie. And again, we're going to get these lands out of here. Get them out of the deck. Pull them. Pull them. I don't want to get flooded. That's the nice thing about the Wanderers, you know? Like, you stay very, very able to sort of play things on curve. And we don't need the extra land here. But you don't actually have to draw the lands, right? You just sort of get them handed to you. So again, another 6 damage coming at the foe. They will have to block this turn, or they go down to 3. Even still, they're going down to 4. So, you know, big difference, right? I'm liking this deck. I'm liking it a lot, actually. It's got a lot of elements to it. A lot of elements. I think the weakest part is the Nessian, but here's the thing. If Nessian Wanderer starts going off, then it just pops off, you know? Because you're drawing your lands passively, which means actively you can draw playable. So your top decks are usually pretty good. And it's only a 2-mana creature. It's a 1/3 as well, so it gets to not dot a Bone Crusher while also block things such as Robber, right? I think the Wanderer might be being slept on a little bit. Just a little bit, you know? Especially you got Iroan decks around. They're going to gain some life here, but it's not going to be enough. So I think Deku, yep, now they realize they are at the end of their ropes. And yeah, Selesnya Enchanted Landfall. It's got my stamp of approval. That was good. That was good stuff, ladies and gents.